So I've noticed as I've surfed the web and gone to different Doom forums and things like that there's been an awful lot of negativity surrounding SnapMap. For those of you who don't know, a SnapMap is the built-in editor that comes with the brand new Doom game. But there just seems to be a lot of negativity surrounding it, and I can definitely understand some of the complaints about the limitations and things like that because they've upset me as well. At this time there's a two-weapon limit that's kind of forced on you, but that's being removed in an update, which I'm going to get to here in just a little bit. But there's limits like that, and then there's limits to the amount of monsters that can be in existence at a time, and you can't design your own rooms from scratch. So there are a bunch of things that you can't do right now. But I was just using it again earlier, and just kind of thinking to myself about how underappreciated this tool really is. SnapMap is definitely not like an all-in-one solution. It doesn't do everything. It can't do everything. But I'll tell you what it really does well is it allows you, no matter what your skill level is, to get in there and design your very own Doom 2016 maps from scratch by placing down these pre-made modules. And then, of course, once you put the modules down, you can just easily go into them and place the different monsters, the different weapons, different items, some props here and there. You can even go in and put lights down and things like that, sound effects. But it's the ease of use with this tool is really unprecedented. I mean, I think it compares even to Time Splitters, the map editor that came with those games. It's incredibly easy to use, and because of that, I was just kind of thinking about how even kids, even though this is a very violent M-rated game, I think there are probably a ton of kids out there who play this game even despite that rating. And I was just kind of thinking about it, maybe like from a kid's point of view, how awesome it would be, not being able to actually go and create mods, because most kids won't have a skill set like that, but nonetheless being able to go into SnapMap and pretty much like design the map of their dreams, being able to go in and design their very own levels. And I have to imagine, as a complete beginner, that has to be a pretty powerful feeling to design levels for a modern game like Doom. It's because I remember when I first started making maps for the original Doom, I remember using an outdated WOD maker called, I think it was called WOD Author, and I remember just being thrilled being able to design square rooms and like put pinkies in them, and just have a couple pinkies and like a shotgun in the room, just a square room, no detail or anything. But I remember just being blown away by that, and just thinking how awesome it was that, man, I'm inside a level that I made. And I have to imagine for the people, the kids I just referenced earlier, that the feeling has to be kind of similar for them. It's like, wow, this is a space that I created. I put these rooms down. I laid all these things out. This is something that I did. So that's the ease of use, the fact that anyone can kind of design their very own maps, is something that I think needs to be appreciated more, even if it is limited. Even if you can't design how these rooms are exactly and can't build your own rooms from scratch, you can still do quite a bit with it. Another reason why I think SnapMap really needs to be appreciated more is because of its like visual logic system. It's almost like a visual scripting language, and I think that's the way that they've done it is really just amazing. I think it's not only great to work with, even if you're experienced, just because of the way you can kind of you can sort of visualize everything in a way that's not necessarily possible when you're typing out code. It's you kind of use all of the similar logic, with variables and conditional statements and loops and things like that, but the way that you lay it out, the way that you can kind of visualize it there in the rooms that you're laying the code out in, it's like just a unique experience, and I think it can really be great as a learning tool, a tool to teach people how to program. Because code is something that looks very alien to a lot of people. You have this really weird syntax, all these weird symbols, like all the brackets, strange keywords, things like that. But when you have a visual language like this, it's just much easier to understand what's happening because you're not looking at all these strange words and things like that. You're just looking at blocks that sort of communicate with each other in this 3D space. And I just think that's an awesome accomplishment. And it's something that I just don't think gets enough credit. Like I said, I think it's an amazing way to program, and I definitely think it could be used to teach absolute beginners how to program, and that way they could transition over to an actual programming language much easier. But some other reasons why I think SnapMap should be appreciated more is the way that you can share your maps across all platforms. So, if you design a map on PC and upload it or publish it, people on consoles on Xbox One and PS4 can play it, and vice versa. Anyone who publishes a map on Xbox One or PS4, that map then becomes playable for people on all the other platforms. So, that does admittedly come with some drawbacks, I suppose, because when you design it to be cross-platform, you also sort of hinder people on PC, which is the more powerful platform, because the maps you do on PC have to be compatible with consoles, so you can't necessarily leverage the power that only the PC can provide. But still, that cross-platform functionality is really cool, and it allows your maps to reach an even wider audience. And to me, I think that's a great thing. I don't see how that could really be a drawback. But on top of that, they've done an excellent job building in a co-op and multiplayer in there. I was just kind of thinking about how Lanix was designing a Demon Defense map, and those of you who follow my channel know that Demon Defense is like a project that I did for Doom 2 with Z-Doom, where it sort of takes Call of Duty's zombie mode and then it puts it in Doom. But Lanix pretty much like redesigned Demon Defense with SnapMap, and we could really easily hop in and play together. I mean, we didn't have to go through any big setup or anything. All he did was he uploaded the map, he sent it to me, I downloaded it, and we just hopped in a game together. And it was just, it was a completely painless experience. So, to be able to not only design your own maps, but just like instantly give your maps to a friend and then hop in together and play. That is really awesome. I know it's not the first game to have an editor that does that. I mean, even I'm wanting to say Time Splitters Future Perfect did that. I'm pretty sure it had online play, and of course the Far Cry map editors, and I would say even Halo Forge. All of those sort of have that functionality where you can easily play together. But I just think that's an awesome thing to have in the game. And last but certainly not least, the reason why SnapMap deserves way more appreciations. I don't think this is the most important reason, but it's definitely a big reason, and that is they are going to be updating this thing and adding new features to it for free. And I hope that doesn't change, but we already have the weapon wheel coming up, which is going to do away with the crappy 2-weapon limits. That's going to be going out the window, thank God. So we're finally going to be able to design maps with the ability to have multiple weapons. And they're also adding in a hell theme. So we're going to be able to start putting in hell-themed rooms and things like that. Now, I'm assuming the hell theme is going to be a complete standalone theme that you have to load in. I don't think you're going to be able to have hell rooms and then regular base rooms. You're probably going to have to choose between one or the other. I don't see them having both at once. But like I said, the hell theme's coming. Then they're also adding in some things that are in single player but not in SnapMap, like The jump pads are going to be in there now. I saw the Berserk power up in one of the videos. I think it was the SnapMap trailer that they showed at E3. So that we're finally getting some stuff that really should have already been there, but that I think will make it even better. And hopefully some other missing things will be added, like the chainsaw, the pistol. You know, even though the pistol kind of sucks, it would still be nice to have it. And also the summoner. The summoner enemy would be really cool to have, and it would add an interesting challenge, because in single player, the summoner, you know, anytime you have one of those in a room, it sort of turns into like the primary target in most situations. You know, you want to try and take it out as fast as possible. So that could really add a good dynamic to single player maps, and I think it's a pretty big omission to have not had that in there to begin with. But like I said, hopefully they'll add that too. But nonetheless, getting back to the point that I was making, SnapMap is being updated for free. It's being supported. You know, you can tell that they really want to make this thing better over time, and they've already added new things to it. You know, they've added windows that you can place now, and they sort of look out like into this skybox. They've added an extra option for hand-placed enemies, so that they're automatically managed, so that if you're far away, they'll sort of be hidden and taken out of memory, and then if you get closer, they'll be shown again. So that they've already updated it, and they've shown that they want to improve it, and that they're going to improve it for free. You know, they're not going to milk us with DLC or anything like that for the SnapMap. They do have multiplayer DLC, but you know, as far as SnapMap goes, it's totally free, and that's just great. So just thought I would do a positive video here for a change. A lot of people complaining around on the internet, but I really think SnapMap just deserves more credit. It's definitely limited at this time. It's definitely flawed, and you know, the upcoming updates seem to be fixing many of those flaws. But even with its drawbacks, you know, I think it has a lot of great things going for it, and I just think it deserves more praise, and to be credited for the things that it does. You know, I think overall it's an awesome tool, and I think it's really cool that id Software included it with the game. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and this is Chubb signing out.